What's up, dudes? So they released the new patch, the Great Ball. Finally, I've been playing it for a while on the Russian server, but because I wanted to make a guide or some kind of story guide to a few people for people that are gonna come in late and that are gonna play a bit later on, I've decided to make this on a video so you guys can follow along on how it works, what is new in this patch, because it's quite a big change. First of all, stat changes is a big thing. So they doubled all the stats you got from gear, so that's not a big deal. They halved the efficiency per stat point, so it comes down to the same thing. Now, also the big change that they did is the stats. So crit chance became luck. Fury is still the same as it is. Swiftness has been changed. Swiftness used to reduce your global used to reduce the cooldown of your abilities individually, unless the ability itself clearly described that it is not affected by swiftness. Now instead it's reducing the global cooldown, so the cooldown that's between using abilities. When you use an ability, you see there's a cooldown going on the other skills. That one is halved, or not halved, that one is less the more swiftness you have. Soft cap is now on 750. Soft cap used to be 250 or 300, now it's 750. So it also takes more stats, but that's fine because we all got our stats stable on our gear. And it's soft capping 750 being 20% on swiftness. Next to the global cooldown decrease, it's also going to reduce the time of healing over time and damage over time, while still retaining their efficiency, so effectiveness. So meaning a 10-second dot would be in the end with 20% swiftness, 8-second dot, but it would still deal the same amount of damage as the dot would do with for 10 seconds. That's what I understand from this. Supremacy is what we call on the Russian server dominance. Now Supremacy is individual to each class, so this is an interesting stat. Depending which class you play, you have a different result. For me on Druid, it's lightning and poison damage increase and also healing over time. For engineers, it is their devices that increase damage and also burst of mana or reactor blowdown. For priests, it's more chance on fanaticism and more holy damage. And you can go on and forth about every class. I'll put it in here in a bit, what each thing is, each class does. Then conviction increases duration of your control effects. This is basically to extend the CC that you do. This is EC efficiency, what we call on Russian server. Survivability is still the same, nothing changed there. 750 soft cap. Caution also 750 soft cap, but it has been nerfed. It used to be on 300 caution, you would have about 40% less damage taken when you're below 40%. Now on soft cap being 750, you're gonna take, as you can see, 20% less damage taken, because I'm already past the soft cap. So it's really been nerfed heavily. Then you have sustainability, which is still the same. Endurance reduces incoming critical damage. It's what we call in Russian server instinct, because now we have simply the crit chance stat, which is capping at 750, also being 60% chance that you will crit. So every crit chance class that used to crit all the time or perma crit, that has been removed, rubies have been reworked, and now every class has a chance to hit 60% crits. Crit damage is always 150% of the base. It used to be when you outcapped your crit damage on 100%, now it's for everybody 150 with a chance of 60%. I think this is pretty good for PvE and both PvP. Then we have the last one. Yeah, so endurance reduces the chance, no, not the chance, the damage that you get if it was a crit. And then speed is simply more movement speed. I think this is a good miscellaneous stat also for some boss fights, because in Night Hazard though there's a huge space to run around, that you really might benefit from the speed stat. Concentration has been removed. They've also nerfed a lot of damage from the mobs in the world, so I think that balances out, it scales out. What you're gonna do with your stats now, you're basically gonna go for caution, you're gonna go for bloodlust, and then either vitality or speed, I suppose. That's for me. If it's PvP, you're probably gonna go endurance, because monsters in PvE do not crit, so you don't have to run endurance at all. Not that I know of, at least. So that is for the stat changes. Nothing changed to artifacts. Now we're gonna see the story. So when you log in and you're past level 88, you're gonna have a mail in your mailman. That's gonna guide you. Well, I took it already, but it's gonna be a letter, and that letter is gonna guide you to your capital leader. So League goes to Idinus and Empire players go to Jaskers, and they will first thing they will talk about is that you have to go check on some NPCs what they think about the Great Ball being the new location. So now we're being sent out to talk with the players, with the NPCs to know what they think about the Great Ball. He's basically saying that he's not sure what he feels about it. He feels fine in Novigrad, but he thinks that if it really has to happen, then he's gonna move to Irene, because in the end you're only as strong when you're united. The auctioneer NPC thinks it's really cool to go there. He's just not sure about Empire. He's kind of anxious. So she will surely visit the Great Wall in Irene. She just hopes that there will be no war between Empire and League in Irene. Most of the NPCs that share their opinion about the Great Ball are pretty scared that, or are pretty sure that the peace between Empire and League won't last long. It's been 30 years, so the Great Ball has been here before, 30 years ago. Alright, so most of the elves here are all gonna visit the Great Ball again. So we're gonna see our daily NPCs that we always had interacted with. For, as you saw, we went with the class trainers from Sabian Bard, we went to the chapel, we went for our daily potions, which now are by the way gone. You can no longer get those daily potions. Not like they're much worth anyway, because stats have been doubled, efficiency has been halved, but they would still only give 40 stats, which is really bad. But yeah, most of the NPCs really are excited about the Great Ball. So Idinus thinks that the elves will leave the League, and they're gonna try to make the Great Ball work the way so that the elves are actually gonna stick to the League side. I have to go to Alrihat and then talk to the new NPC here, Zion. So this is new, nice looking boat as well. I'll see you on Irene. No talking option. To Irene. Hopla! On the boat. To Irene, the new Allot. Need to go all the way there. It's quite nice to see everything in English again. Quite nice to see everything on a language I understand, because I'm already used to it from playing on the Russian server. It's quite confusing there when you don't know what everything really says above their name, above their head. It feels good to know what you're doing actually. Introducing to the king. So receive 2 royal goodwill certificates for completing daily quest on Irene. So that's basically what most of it is gonna be on Irene. So now I took the quest and you have to get 2 royal goodwills, which is from the dailies, royal goodwill, and then the currency you can get here called EQ, whatever that is. So this daily social manners is pretty much a quick lesson on etiquette of the elves, how to act with manners, I said before. So now we have to do these 2 dailies, and we get those 2 dailies done. We're gonna have the next quest to get more royal goodwill. So first we need to get 2 royal goodwill. Starting off with this stuff. This already becomes familiar to me. We're gonna have to follow this guy around, I guess. He's somewhere. So just need to follow the marks on the map until you find him. There he is. And then it's gonna run. Knocks you down always, then rinse. You're already going pretty fast, so anything that speeds up is diminished. Same for the when you're on demo, when you're on Fury form, you're also you're not moving faster, you're already moving at the speed of I guess 150%. Even if you have the speed stat, it's not gonna help you at all to catch this guy. Now you just have to, this is a daily that you're gonna do quite often really. Now you're gonna do this on a daily basis, so what's happening is that you just have to simply follow him until he switches direction for about 10 times. You'll see the stacks as well on him stacking up. When he reaches 10, he's gonna drop exhausted on the floor, and then you can finish the quest by talking to him. As I see it, he's knocking you down every time you get too close to him, so you just have to run after him. So the story on Giacomo is that he's a real good playboy, seems to get all the ladies on his fingers, but all the ladies with their husbands have angry husbands on him, and they're gonna chase him and kill him if he doesn't stop doing what he's been doing for such a long time. So this guy is basically one big major gigolo. That's his job. Then the other quest here is ask about manners. Cecilia, remember it. It's beginning in 50 seconds. It's every 5 minutes. A new session starts, and that is when you can walk around being a waiter. You'll be able to grab the food and the drinks from the tables and then give it or smash it into the faces of the elves. I think it's something like that. There we go, so now we're a waiter. So we have 2 abilities. So basically you just have to simply do 10 different actions. So you slap them, or you give them wine, or you laugh at them, whatever it is. And after you do 10 actions, your quest completes, and that's really it. So once we did 10 actions, we go back to the king, complete the quests. That's 1 goodwill. And that's 2 goodwill. Ta-da! And then we get a new quest to begin. So this is like a new storyline. And after this storyline, we're gonna have the quest again to do another X amount of dailies. When those dailies are gone, continue the storyline again, and that's how it works all the time. It's kind of like the private Allod. Basically the same thing in progression wise. Get the fragments. After you get the fragments, a part of the story reveals itself, and then you have to gather some more fragments. In this case, the fragments are the dailies. So now these two elves are having a discussion, and the king tells them to shut up. I suppose whichever option you picked, they wouldn't have any impact on the story. It's nice to see the map names in a language that I understand. Be a valley of plenty, we need to toss a coin. This is pretty similar to, you know what? There's a ghost here. Okay, now I have her memory that I can probably bring back to the king to explain him. Let's see. So now we have to put these notes on the board as well, that duels and fights and skirmishes are forbidden in the streets of Irene. Need to hang it on 5 different boards. Now Druid did change a bit, as you can see. Druid's damage is not that great anymore, sadly. Destroy the burrows. Because the kobolds have a kobold king, and we need to show them there's only one king, and it's the king of Irene. Louis de Desiree. How many? 10 kobolds. Alright, it should be doable. Oh, they moved their skills location. That's why I was looking, where's my thunderstorm lightning thing? Balance. But that explains all of it. There we go. Oh, and we need to pay the bards as well. Some coins to silver, so that they can sing songs about the league, so that the empire gets demoralized. So people will like the league more. Bards will sing songs to put the empire in a bad light, so that the people will think that the empire is bad. Of course, the empire players do the same thing. The empire players are giving coins to the bards, so they can sing good songs about the empire and sing bad about the league. So in the end, in reality, it balances out again. Of course, doesn't matter. They push on both sides, but that's what this quest is for. 1 song per minute. There's another memory. Another memory here. So these memories are basically pages of her diary that she was writing. We're collecting those. Let's see what more. One more memory here. What did I miss that before? She's just walking here at the time. Alright, so it seems like this ghost, whoever's writing the memory, is kind of a quirky lady. First a stable boy, then some kind of Raoul in the forest. Yeah, so she's basically accepting the fate of a slut, and does it with anybody she sees fit. And now she's finally starting to see that that's not how it works. Her stable boy Raoul is getting jealous. My god, dude. The person that writes these things is probably some sex deprived person. Alright, so the story of this woman goes like every man she meets she makes love with, and then she dumps them, and then half her father's servants throw these same people into the astral because she doesn't want to see them anymore. So whoever she meets she fucks, and then decides not to see them anymore, so she kills them by throwing them into the astral. If you're new to Allods, that means she's throwing them into space, where they simply die. That's quite sick. She has a lot of depth on her mind, and she's completely unaware of killing. And she finally meets a guy that came on her Allod, on Irene, that seemed to know more about Irene than everybody else together did. And she finally says that she has to earn his love. And there's the final thing, she's being rejected by him, and she has no idea how to get to him. Only thing that she said was tomorrow should talk with him. This guy is about the bards that we did, that we forced them to play songs about the league. This is about the memories. I wanna know who the stranger was, I have an idea, and I don't like it. It might be Cosmos. Cosmos might be that person that came here. So yeah, we got rid of the kobolds in your city, and we put up the notices that duels and fights are no longer acceptable in the streets of Irene. Alright, so now I have to find that person. Constance. It's over there. So we'll just go exactly there. There he is, locked in a cage. Be quiet or they will hear. Are you Constance? What happened? Alright, so we have to get this guy out, and we have to probably guide him back to the palace because he damaged his wing, so he can't fly anymore. That's how they that's how the logic goes. So you can say, well, why don't you just fly back to the palace? Well, there it is, guys. They damaged his or her wing. I need to guide him back to the palace because he's following you, and there's Lamias around that are the guards. So as you can see, it's kind of a labyrinth mini game thing. We have to be careful to get around. There's a Lamia there. There's a Lamia there. There's Lamia. Ooh, okay, this is bad. But this one's moving, so probably gotta wait until. Let's see. There you go. She's back with her master. What a mercy! So worried. And there we go. And earn 5 real good wall certificates. So then we have to get 5 of them for completing daily quests on Irene and Alrihat ruins. As the next quest is gonna be where you can pick your house, basically where you can join a certain group of the elven houses, and then when you make reputation with those houses, you unlock more rewards that you can buy from that particular house. And the first daily you get for the royal goodwill, as we need 5 now to continue the storyline. Win 3 duels on Irene. Then there's another daily to use your profession to craft items and simply deliver them to the NPC. And then there's another daily to do the Alrihat quest. For now it's only 1, I see. But then you unlock more dailies as you progress to get more different quests for Alrihat. So these quests are to duel with the other elves to show them that they should tone down their voice because they think they're great duelers, and they're motivating other elves to have duels as well. And as you saw in the previous questline we did, we put up notes so that it's kind of forbidden to make duels in the open streets. Now I gotta say that there is an add-on called Auto Button Duelist you can download from Allods. That helps you a lot with these duelist quests. All you have to do is press one button all the time with your mouse, and every time you do your mouse button, it's gonna do the correct ability for you. So that's gonna help dramatically because it's also speeding up the daily the whole time. It's easier to do it that way as well, but doing it yourself might be more fun, of course. Alright, so that's one daily done. Now the other dailies are simply crafting stuff and then the Alrihat. So I'll be doing those dailies, and I'll make the next video when I finally finish the 5 royal decrees and continue the storyline, so we can together explore the story of how it all evolves. It is quite interesting. See you guys at the next one. Have a good one and enjoy the story.